Deep beneath the sparkling waves of the Pacific, where the coral grows tall and the bubbles dance, lies the bustling community of Bikini Bottom. At the edge of town stands Mrs. Puff's boating school, a place where dreams of the open road are born and sometimes humorously delayed. Today, one student stands at the starting line with more determination than ever. It is the one and only SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob grips the steering wheel, his porous hands shaking slightly. He's been here many times before, yet the nerves never quite fade away. Nearby, Mrs. Puff holds her clipboard tight. She wears an apprehensive look, knowing that with SpongeBob, anything can happen in a split second. The whistle blows, and the engine of the red boatmobile roars to life. The test has officially begun, and the stakes feel higher than ever. But as usual, things don't go exactly as planned. SpongeBob's enthusiasm quickly turns into a series of chaotic mishaps on the course. First, he drives straight through a wall of tires, sending them flying into the air like giant black donuts in a zero-gravity ballet. Then comes the inevitable. In a moment of pure panic, SpongeBob swerves too hard and misses. Puff begins to inflate like a giant balloon. The boat spins out in a massive cloud of bubbles, turning the peaceful driving school into a chaotic whirlwind of underwater nautical energy. SpongeBob brings the boat to a sudden, jarring halt. He looks down at his hands, feeling the weight of 1,000 failed attempts. He takes a deep, steadying breath. He closes his eyes and ignores the noise, the pressure, and the fear of failing misses. Puff once more. He searches for his inner captain, that small voice of confidence that tells him he is more than just a sponge who crashes. When he opens his eyes, the transformation is complete. Gone is the anxiety, replaced by a sharp, unwavering focus that rivals the greatest captains. He restarts the engine. This time, the sound is different, a steady, rhythmic purr that signals a master is finally behind the wheel of the boat. He begins to navigate the obstacle course with unexpected precision, gliding through the field of coral and anchors with fluid, cinematic grace. Mrs. Puff watches, her mouth agape. She has never seen anyone, let alone SpongeBob, handle a boatmobile with such natural, effortless talent. He approaches the final challenge, a narrow, treacherous bridge that spans across a deep, dark trench in the ocean floor. With sweat on his brow and a steady hand, SpongeBob aligns the tires perfectly. He knows there is no room for error now. He moves forward. The only sound is the gentle hum of the engine and the rhythm of his own confident heartbeat. The finish line draws near as the sun begins to set over the horizon, casting a magnificent golden glow over the entire boating school. With one final, smooth movement, the boatmobile crosses the line and comes to a perfect stop right in front of a stunned Mrs. Puff. Mrs. Puff is speechless. She looks from the boat to the clipboard, and then to the sponge who has finally achieved the impossible. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out the one thing SpongeBob has dreamed of for years, his official boating license. SpongeBob takes it, his eyes filling with tears of joy. But instead of just celebrating, he looks back at the track behind him. He sees another student, a young fish looking just as nervous as he once did, struggling to even start their engine. SpongeBob walks over, placing a hand on the student's shoulder. He doesn't just want to drive, he wants to help others drive too. In that moment, he earns a new title among his peers. Not just a driver, but the captain of second chances, Mrs. Puff watches with a proud smile, realizing that the greatest lesson SpongeBob learned wasn't how to drive, but how to believe. SpongeBob gets back into his red boatmobile, but this time, he's not just a student. He's a leader on the road of life. He drives away from the school, the license safely tucked in his pocket, ready to face whatever adventures the ocean has in store. The road ahead is long and winding. But for the captain of second chances, every turn is an opportunity for greatness. He realizes that failure was never the end. It was only the preparation for a much larger, more meaningful success. Bikini Bottom has a new hero on the road, one who knows that everyone deserves a second chance to reach their dreams. As the stars twinkle above the sea, SpongeBob continues his journey, triumphant, happy, and finally, a captain in his own right. So remember, when the road gets tough, find your inner captain, because like SpongeBob, you two are destined for great things.